Alright, what is going on with everybody today? Victor of KuanCeptionFILMS back here with another Yu-Gi-Oh video for you guys today. Today we have a Yosenju budget deck profile. You could build this deck probably under $40 if you disregard the extra deck. Actually, you could probably build it under $30 if you disregard the extra deck. So yeah, let's jump right in today. Also, Yosenjus aren't that terrible for their budget price. They're actually one of the best budget decks out there. I'd call this deck anti-meta, but it's also still tier 2. And yeah, I can actually do heavy damage to most tier 1 decks most of the time. So yeah, let's jump right into today's deck profile.
It's time to do it!
Alright, so first off we're running 3-1. This sends any face-up card your opponent controls back to your hand. Also helps you normal summon more Yosenju cards, and if you didn't already know, normal summoning is the goal of this deck. You wanted to spam the normal summon. You don't actually special summon in this deck. That's the beauty of this deck. You just spam normal summon your Yosenju cards. Alright, so it's basically an automatic compulse and also a double summon. So yeah, that's really good. Run 3, want to run 3, 2 as well. With this card you can attack your opponent directly for half the damage, and also just like combo 1, you can normal summon another Yosenju card, so it's like double summon again. You want to run 3, 3. This card is amazing when you combo it with combo 2. Its effect is that when another Yosenju card on the field deals damage to your opponent, you can search a Yosenju card from your deck, add it to your hand. So that's really good when you do it with combo 2, because combo 2's effect obviously is going to attack your opponent directly for half the damage. So you do that with combo 3, you basically get another normal summon off when you get the Yosenju card to your hand. You can also get Sujik to your hand, which is basically honest. And speaking of Sujik, you're going to run 3 Yosenju Sujik. So its first effect makes it kind of like honest, its second effect is kind of like Yugioh. This is really good for the deck. Obviously you must run this because the first effect is you can discard this to get your Yosenju card during the damage step to gain 1000 attack, and that's really cool. The second effect is if it's normal summon, you can target one Yosenju card on the field, have it gain 1000 attack. So yeah, multi-purpose card, really cool. Alright, next is Yosenju L. We run 2 of these, probably our only pendulum card in this deck. We're not running a pendulum build of Yosenju, we're actually running the regular build of Yosenju. In my opinion, runs a lot faster and is more effective, just more fun to play. So with Yosenju L, the Yosenju monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect. You could just destroy this card instead when it's on the field as a pendulum card. So yeah, that's really cool. One thing you can actually do with this card that's kind of cheap is you can combo it with Yosenju Secret Move. Let me read this effect to you. When a spell or trap card or monster effect is activated while you control at least one Yosenju card, and all face-up monsters you control are Yosenju monsters, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. And the reason it's OP with Yosenju L is even if you don't have any other Yosenju monsters on the field, you have this as a pendulum card. Activate this, the effect still goes off because you don't control any monsters, so technically all monsters you control are Yosenju because you don't actually control any monsters, if that makes any sense at all. Yeah, but Yosenju's Secret Move, kind of OP with Yosenju L, that's why we run Yosenju L. So Yosenju L just good to have for defensive measures. For our final monster, we're going to run 3 D. This is really great draw power in this deck, and if you have all your traps laid out, you shouldn't have a problem defending yourself even with nothing else on the field. So yeah, great draw power. Obviously you should run this. And that's it for our monsters. Go ahead and look at our spell cards today. First we're going to run Fire Formation Tenki. This is really good draw power card. Not only can you search your deck for a Yosenju monster, this card is continuous, so you all your beast warriors gain 100 attacks, so that's really good to have around. For our next spell card, we got Dimensional Fissure. This is one of them floodgates. It's any monster sent to the graveyard is banished instead. And this is a really great card to run in Yosenjus because we're not going to have a lot of monsters going to the graveyard, and even if they do, removing them from play won't really affect us because we're not going to be special summoning or trying to get cards back from our graveyard anyway. So Dimensional Fissure, this is really good against, I can think of Shaddoll, Satellars, probably even good against heroes. Yeah, Dimensional Fissure is a good card to have. Next essential card, obviously Book of Moon. Any deck should be running this. I'm gonna run 2 MST. Didn't have room for 3 MST, but essential card, obvious why I'm running this. I'm gonna run 3 Pot of Duality. This card is just abused in this deck because obviously we're not gonna be special summoning, so we search the top 3 cards of our deck, choose one, add it to our hand, but then we can't special summon for the rest of their turn. But it doesn't really matter. This Pot of Duality in Yosenju deck, we're not going to be special summoning. Really amazing combo. Upstart Goblin, I don't know a lot of decks that aren't really running it right now. Great draw power. We'll need it for Yosenju deck because we barely have any monsters. 2 Dark Hole. The reason I'm not running Regeki is because it doesn't matter with Yosenju, because on my opponent's turn I usually don't have monsters on my my side of the field anyway, because Yosenjus send themselves back to the hand at the end of the turn. And that's it for our spells today. Alright, so for our first trap, 3 Secret Move. I already explained this card. Vanity's Emptiness and another Floodgate. Also with our deck it's abused because we don't special summon obviously, unless we're getting out a rank 4 Xyz card, which we're not going to be doing a lot of. For our first Essential, you got Bottomless. Next Essential, you got Compulse, and then we're going to run 2 Mirror Force in this deck, simply because on the opponent's turn we usually don't have any monsters on our side of the field, so this is a good defensive measure to have. And yeah, this is it for the main deck. Hopefully you guys liked that. Alright, so for our extra deck, 1 Lightning Chidori. This is an Orica because I don't have an actual copy of this card, unfortunately. It's an expensive card to get. Yeah, it's really good. 2 level 4 wind monsters to summon it, and you can send a bunch of cards back to your opponent's deck, that sort of stuff. This card is just abused in this deck if you can get it out. I don't really find myself using it too much though. Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Tiger King, really good to have around because you can search out tanky. I didn't find myself using that card a lot, but it's just good to have. Dark Rebellion Exeus Dragon, good offensive power if you really need the attack power. You just summon this. Silent Honor Arc, just an essential rank 4 to have. Castell, same thing as Honor Arc, just really essential and nice to have. Cowboy, probably the best rank 4 you could run in this deck. It's multi-purpose. It's an attack position, you can gain 1,000 attack when it's in defense position. You can deal 800 to your opponent, which could usually be the thing you need to win. Abyss Dweller for Shaddolls and other meta decks that have graveyard traps and such. Alright guys, well this has been my Yosenju deck profile. Hopefully that was sweet and short to the point so that you guys didn't fall asleep while watching this video. Yeah, this deck budget probably could build it under $30, disregarding the extra deck, because some of the extra deck cards are pretty costly. Yeah, Yosenjus are a pretty viable budget deck to run. Fun to play at locals, etc. Yeah, this has been Victor of KuanCeptionFILMS. See you guys on the flippity flip.